deep playoff run. They're hoping the basketball gods are a little more forgiving this time around.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Inside, it's Patterson by Valanciunas. Young is out there at the roast, and it's Perez in at the three. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here's Young. The pass to DeRozan. Back to Young. Rebound Bogut. Young against Williams. The dish to Robertson. Kicks it to Bogut. Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Williams. Just 4 to shoot. Molina. And the shot falls short this time. He tries for three. And Young just drilling the three there. Nice look.
And that's the shot that's dropping for Young when he is playing with confidence.
Bogut kicks to Williams. And the dunk by Barnes.
Fabulous find by Darren Williams. What incredible vision.
Dishes it to Preds. From deep. Gonna go that time. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And good that time.
Boy, spotted his teammate on the move, put the assist perfectly placed out in front of him, leading it right to the rack.
Valanciunas can stay with the play. Valanciunas has got his first points of the night.
I tell you, they better work out harder on the defensive end to box him out. He's going to live on those second chances.
There's the screen. Screen by Bogut. Williams kicks to Barnes. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Barnes has got his second bucket of the night.
In total command of the offense, Williams with a nice assist there.
And the former 5th overall pick back in the 2011 draft, Valanciunas is still on stretching, people feel, the surface of his true potential.
And he's had a few bouts with the injury bug. And when he's right, he's a load. Struggles defending on the perimeter, but his rebounding and rim protection have gotten more nasty as he's matured.
There's Preds. No good from outside.
He's been somewhat off this quarter, but the desire to score is evident.
Here's AC. Offensive rebound Mavericks. Barnes can't get it to go.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
He knows it. He just got locked into scoring mode and couldn't get out of it.
No doubt that is within his range.
I think that's exactly what you're looking for on the break. Finish right at the rim.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the night here. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Bogut. Matthews comes in for Quincy Ace. Curry's checked in for Andre Robertson. And Harris subbed in for Williams. And then for Toronto, Jared Salinger's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jamari Carroll comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Lowry in for DeMar DeRozan. 1:58 left to play in the first quarter. Matthews, no one around him. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Matthews has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Preds, and they pick up two. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. A huge number this early.
Harris kicks to Barnes. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, doesn't go for him. Here's Preds, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And that's how you shoot it from mid-range. It's just nailing the shot with ease.
Harris kicks to Barnes. To the paint, Zeller. Toronto grabs the miss. Last time they met was in Toronto.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams. The last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts.
Now the feed to Barnes. Now here's Prez. 9 points in the game so far. And off the prime, and in it goes. Prez has got 11 points.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Barnes gets the curve. Down low. Here's Zeller. And the shot goes down. Zeller's got his first basket of the night.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Sullinger against Zeller. Here's Prez. And he knocks down the jumper. 13 points in the game.
And really can't fault the D there. Prez just torching them with better offense.
And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Matthews.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Raptors lead by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career in Kentucky,
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is. He's checked in for the Mavericks. Barnes comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Damari Carroll's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Prez comes in for Norman Powell. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Lee. Young is subbed in for Corey Joseph. So the Raptors 5 right now. Prez, he's in at 3. DeRozan out there at the up. That's Jared Sullinger. And it's Carroll in at the 4 spot. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Of course, we asked fans to write in questions for you. We've had thousands, literally thousands of letters, emails coming in that the fans want you to answer questions. So here's one I just picked out of the fishbowl here. This is from Joe in Portland. What are your hobbies outside of basketball?
Yeah, this might surprise people, but I love to cook, Kevin. Not that I'm going to spend 3 hours in the kitchen, but having been the mother of 2 children, I love to cook. My daughter loves to cook with me. The other thing is I live at the ocean, so you can find me on the water.
I want to be one of your kids. My gosh.
It's not a bad life.
Now, I picture you as like with a towel draped over your shoulder and coaching, thinking it through, but enjoying the cooking process.
Oh, there's no question. I'll tell you what, if I make a good dish, just like John Thompson, the towel's over the shoulder, but if I have thrown it down, that towel goes in the air.
You can cook.
No question.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Heat was a man on a mission. He had 41 points and did his thing on the defensive end with a number of steals. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
David, thanks for the great update, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
Well, when you dominate the way he did, it becomes expected of you, and there's some pressure where that is concerned. He knows he's up to it.
Curry passes to Barnes. It's stolen by Prez. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And really like how Prez keeps his hands moving, which is why he comes away with important steals.
Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. The Raptors shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
It's too easy out here.
Mavericks trail by 12. And here is Harris. He had 13 points in the win against the Clippers. It's stolen by Prez. Unloads from 13. And the basket is good. Prez has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And it's great to see Prez in attack mode, just wanting to shoot the ball every time he's open.
Now Harris. He dishes it to Barnes. Knocked away. It's stolen by Prez. And so we wrap up the first half. The Rap.
Bring it in, guys. Hey, great work in the first half. I love.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
You know, he's been incredibly disruptive, and a lot of that due to his great instincts.
They've got Harrison Barnes, Quincy Acey out there with Bogut. Then it's Williams. And it's Roberson in at the two-guard spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Shot clock at 6. And that one, good. 7 points for Williams.
There are a few point guards more powerful than Darren Williams. He can hurt you inside. Now, Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle, one of the most respected minds in the game. He was a role player for a couple of seasons with the championship Celtics in the 80s. And he's always had a mind for the game, no doubt.
That's tipped. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Feeds to Bogut. Dallas moving it around. Robertson dishes to Bogut. And Roberson kicks to Williams. Puts it up from 7. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Rick Carlisle, one of around a dozen people in NBA history to win it all as a coach and as a player.
Well, you think about their title back in 2011 with him at the helm.
Time out.
That
Time out.
earns respect beyond his intellect for the game.
And that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go. Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball.
They can help side guy, communicating, setting good screens, just doing little things that don't show up on the stat sheet. Kevin, when he sees opponents hesitate to go inside, that's when he knows he's doing a good job.
Thanks, D.A. He's a presence. Matthews, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And Robertson has it in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Barnes passes to Bogut. And Young kicks to Patterson. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Patterson's got his second bucket tonight.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
3 from Matthews. Oh, through the foul. Almost hit the three-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3. Prez picks one up.
And I think Wes Matthews, you've got a guy who's a true leader, someone who's not afraid to speak his mind and let his teammates know what's up.
Harrison checked in for Darren Williams. Raptors also changing it up. Sullinger comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Lee subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And Doris, I know you shot a lot of free throws in your day, got to the line often. What goes into the mentality, an aggressive style, or even art form of getting to the line?
You know, I like the way that last part of that question was phrased, the art form, because that's exactly what it is. You know, one, as a guard, you can't have any fear in attacking the rim with bigger bodies around you. You can't be afraid of contact. And in fact, there is an art form to sort of leaning in without committing an offensive foul. So there's a real touch and flair and confidence it takes to be a guard who gets to the free throw line consistently.
Dallas again missing.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Here's Prez. Another shot. Here's Valanciunas. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Valanciunas against Barnes. He feeds it to Harris. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. Young dishes to Prez. Fires from the wing. He's off on that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And in that just about as dominant defensively on the interior as you could ever be.
NBA coaches talk all the time about protecting the rim, and I thought they showed great anticipation and quickness to the ball all night.
Young, that one drops for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Tyler Zellers checked in for Bogut. And it's Seth Curry in for Andre Robertson. Raptors also changing it up. Corey Joseph's checked in for Lee. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Valanciunas. Harris passes to Barnes. Back to Harris. Zeller, a screen on Young. A three from Barnes, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Zellinger's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Prez. That one goes. Count it. Prez has got 6 in the quarter.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Prez. Count the basket. Prez has got 26.
And you gotta admire the attitude of Prez, staying with his shot despite the D being all over him.
To end the run. Misses. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Raptors running away with it. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. A different look for Dallas. Andrew Bogut checked in for Quincy Ace. Roberson comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Williams in for Harris. And then for Toronto, Jonas Valanciunas, who's checked in for Zellinger. Prez comes in for Joseph. Young is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. So the Raptors 5 right now. Inside, it's Patterson by Valanciunas. Young is out there at DeRozan. And it's Prez in at the 3 spot. And Zeller kicks to Bogut. It's good.
And I'll tell you, Bogut takes a lot of hits, and he knows how to finish through contact.
Patterson, that's good.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, his unselfish play becomes contagious. He inspires them to play true team basketball.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Trying to come back, Kevin, and you can't afford too many mistakes. His 4th turnover hampering their efforts.
Mavericks making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. And Young kicks to Prez. From past the arc. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Prez has got 29 in the game.
And sure, that was deep, but Prez has really mastered the art of knocking down those shots.
And Robertson has it in the corner. To the paint. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. So many players, Doris, in the NBA make things look so easy to do. You know, having played, it's not. It is not effortless. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, the 2 guys that come immediately to mind at the point guard position are Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry. And I think it has to do with that magnificent handle that each of them has. Able to put defenders on skates with, a lean here, a crossover there. You think about the great scorers. Kevin Durant, right? Makes those 3-pointers in transition. It comes off the top of his hands so quickly. Carmelo Anthony, another, just naturally gifted scorer. Melo puts 25 on. He didn't look like he broke a sweat.
But doesn't it also stand to reason that the work these guys put in, a lot of which we never see,
Yes.
is so much a product of what they become?
I think the one thing that surprises me about the NBA is how hard these men work at their craft.
The best ones, the very best guys.
The very best guys spend the most time in the gym. You just want to tell young people, you want to know how to be a great player? Devote your time and your life to it, because that's what these guys do.
Well said. Hammonds, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. Damari Carroll's checked in for Toronto. Levins comes in for DeMar DeRozan. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Raptors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And, of course, this season for these guys has been just remarkable. Win after win, we've watched them take on the best teams in the league and dispatch them with ease. Tonight will mark win number 72, adding to the storied season one more time.
A two-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Prez. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Here's Prez. You look at that great two-man play from Prez and Young.
Well, you know Young likes to get the ball to Prez when he can, and he found him in a good spot.
Here is Williams. And so Toronto takes this one.